These are all the new watch faces and complications that are arriving in watchOS 6. Welcome everyone. It is Andrew here from AppleInsider, and we have installed watchOS 6 on our Apple Watch Series 4. There are a ton of new faces, complications, and changes to go over, starting with Solar Dial. This is a modification of the Solar watch face, and it's available in both an analog and a digital version. It looks quite striking as it changes throughout the day. Further customization allows you to add 4 complications, one in each quarter, which really take advantage of the larger screen on the Series 4. Next up is a new watch face called Modular Compact. It's going to be a really popular face, and at the bottom you can see one of the new complications that we're going to get into, which is called Noise. This is an entirely new app in watchOS 6. We'll get into that in another video, but basically it monitors the sound around you, lets you know what the level currently is, if it's too loud, if you need to worry about your ears. This watch face comes in 2 different types, analog and digital, just like the last one. There are a ton of different color options that you can scroll through that changes different parts of the UI of this watch face, and there are 3 complications, the 2 smaller ones in the upper left hand corner and the large one along the bottom. The next new watch face is called Gradient, and it's very similar to one that we saw on the Hermes Apple Watch. There are several different colors that you can scroll through to choose from, and 3 different styles, which corresponds to the number of angles that are in there, 1, 2, or 3 line breaks, different number of gradients on the Apple Watch face, and it works in both full screen or circular. And if you go with the circular option, there are several complications that you can put around it. If you prefer the full screen version, which looks really nice going edge to edge, complications will not be supported. So if you want complications, you have to go with the circular version of the Gradient watch face. The next new watch face we have is called California. This is one of my favorites here, very classic looking. There are 4 different color schemes to choose from and 6 different typefaces that you can scroll through to have all the numerals around the watch face. It works not only in that full screen mode, but circular as well. If you go with the full screen version of the California watch face, you can add 2 different subdials on the top and the bottom, but if you go with the circular version, you can add a lot more complications all around, taking advantage of the larger screens. The next new watch face is called Numerology Duo. There are 3 different typefaces and 3 different text styles to choose from, as well as a ton of different colors, just like we've seen with all the other Apple Watch faces. Very similarly, we have numerals mono, which is very similar, but instead of having 2 lines, it is just a single line. This time though, there are 4 different typefaces for you to choose from when customizing, and there are 2 different styles. So there are additional typefaces, but less styles than the Numerology Duo. This one also does not support any complications, so it really is just for looks and you're not going to get as much information out of it. We saw some changes with existing popular watch faces, starting with Infograph. Infograph now, when you change the color, it goes monochrome. So if we have it on the default color option at the top, everything is very bright and colorful, what you see in Apple's marketing images, but when you change the color now, it goes to more of a monochrome and matches the color that you've chosen. So you can see everything around the outside is desaturated now compared to the full color option. So a nice monochromatic option for Infograph, and Infograph Modular now has color options available for the first time. So you can see this really cool green that we've put on, but previously there was no color options, it was simply one option available. Before we get into complications, watchOS 6 also brings Taptic Chime and Taptics Time. That'll either let you know by Taptics when the new hour has approached you with a tap on the wrist, or it'll let out an actual audible chime to let you know if you have the volume turned on. Cycle tracking is just one of several new complications that are coming to watchOS 6. There's a bunch of new ones, several corresponding to the new apps that are available. Things like voice memos, cycle tracking, noise, and audiobooks are all new things here on Apple Watch. Similarly with radio. It takes a little bit of playing to find the complications you want because they sometimes are only in one size and not the other, and sometimes they're in both. So if we look at noise, which is one of the new ones, you can see it largely down there at the bottom with the OK, letting you know the label, the status of the audio, as well as the actual decibels, and then a chart, but it can also be a smaller complication with a round icon going around it to also give those levels. So it just depends, there are going to be different ones in different areas. Rain is here, which is similar to the weather one we saw, but specifically focusing on rain. working. Apple could continue to tweak these and add additional complications as we approach the full launch of watchOS 6 later this fall. So we've seen a ton of new watch faces, changes to existing watch faces, and new complications. Now it is time to hear what you guys think. Sound off down below in the comments which face is your new favorite, and if you want to continue the conversation, go ahead and shout at me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU and let me know what you think of the new faces in watchOS 6. Hey everyone, did you guys like that video? Be sure to click on that like button so we can create content that we know that you guys want to see. And follow Apple Insider on all social media channels. If you want the best prices on any Apple gear, check out the Apple Insider price guide that is updated daily. And until next time, we'll see you later.